It's great news for Florida, horrible news for the rest of the league.
This is SportsCentre.
Hey, I'm Luca Celebrate, and this is Digital SportsCentre presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. We're less than 2 weeks away from the start of free agency in the NHL, and the rumors are flying. So today, we wanted to have some fun and take a quick look ahead to this year's frenzy. Let's start with the back-to-back Cup champs, who have a number of key free agents set to hit the market, including reigning Conn Smythe winner, Sam Bennett. While there are some speculating he could be on the move, as you saw in the cold open, and we'll see again now, his comments suggest otherwise. So if you take his word for it, we'll be seeing Sam Bennett in the Sunshine State for 8 more years at least. But that was by no means official, so who knows? Anything can happen. And he isn't the only big-time free agent that the Panthers have. Brad Marchand will also hit free agency July 1st. But whether he stays or goes is a little bit more complicated, at least according to FanDuel. While the Panthers are considered the favorites to sign him, the Leafs aren't too far off when it comes to the odds. There are a few reasons why the Leafs make sense as one of his top destinations. For one, Marchand actually admitted it earlier in the playoffs that he grew up a Leafs fan. It's just so funny. It writes itself. But how cool would it be for the Rat to join his childhood team at the end of his career? And Marchand would also fit pretty nicely into this Leafs lineup, as they're expected to have a big hole on the top line. And that's because all signs point to Mitch Marner being out the door. If you go by FanDuel's odds, the Leafs are the 9th most likely destination for Marner, at 26-1, so it really feels like there's no chance that he comes back. So the question then becomes, where will Marner sign? Well, the favorites and the best fit, according to our Brian Hayes, is everyone's favorite team, the Vegas Golden Knights. Considering how good they already are, adding an 100-point scorer easily makes them a cup contender. Marner to Vegas would just be so diabolical. I don't think he ends up in Carolina, and I don't think he ends up with a team like Anaheim. I'd love to see him in LA, personally. Like, if I had to choose another spot for him, it would be LA because they lack that high-end superstar player right now anyway, so I think he would fit in really nicely there. The Leafs aren't the only Canadian team with a huge piece set to hit the market. Nikolai Ehlers of the Jets will also be a UFA on July 1st, and he's coming off his best season in Winnipeg, so he could be in line for a nice payday. And according to multiple TSN analysts, it's unlikely to come from the Jets. And speaking of the Jets, we just got some news earlier today. According to our own Pierre LeBrun, Jonathan Toews has an agreement to sign with the Jets. Now, it can't be officially registered until July 1, but it looks like Toews is going home. And just a reminder, you can catch all of the free agent frenzy on TSN on July 1st, and you can check out the BarDown YouTube channel because we're going to be reacting to all of the madness that happens. And now joined by our guy Matthew Scianitti. Great to see you, Shooter.
Luca, what's up?
Canada came out of the gate firing in their Gold Cup opener, getting 6 past Honduras in a 6-0 win. And they put up 10 goals in their last 3 games, so what's changed for this team offensively?
Well, I really think it's 3 things. One, Marsh says he has a 4-headed monster now in attack. Daniel Jebison, Promise David, Tani Oluwaseyi, and of course, Jonathan David. 2, special shout out to Jevohn Buchanan. He's on fire right now. And Marsh said, really in CONCACAF, and really in this whole region, there is no one who goes one-on-one right to net with aggression and determination like Jevohn Buchanan. He's on fire right now. If he continues this streak, the Gold Cup better watch out. And going back to Tani for the 3rd point. Last year we were talking about a dearth of goals and where were they going to come from and what's going on with the offense. And Tani Oluwaseyi told me that the time under Marsh, understanding his process, really acclimating to the work ethic, the intensity, the drive, the determination to always play on the front foot has really helped this team's offense. So yeah, maybe off to the start during Copa America, the offense wasn't there, but it's definitely here now.
Do you expect any lineup changes for Saturday's game against Curacao?
Oh, I could definitely see changes against Curacao, with all due respect to Curacao, because Jesse Marsch said a few days ago that he does expect a lot of tight marking and a very, very, very aggressive game from Curacao. But the changes that you could see, I mean, Ishmael Koenig could come back in. Alistair Johnson has just reconnected with everybody. Does that also mean that Daniel Jebison and Promise David get a start? What we're seeing right now in the depth, and I pointed this out before the game against Honduras, in that game and the 2 previous ones in the Canadian Shield against Ukraine and Cote d'Ivoire, Canada had used 22 players in those combined 3 starting 11s. So we talked so much about depth last year and the fact that Canada really didn't go deep into its bench during that Gold Cup run. They can go ahead, chop and change and get different variations of a lineup and still find success. So I expect the same on Saturday. And one final thing, Luca, because I'm sure everyone has seen by now that CONCACAF is investigating Jesse Marsch yet again. This comes after he was suspended for 2 games after he was sent off the sidelines during the CONCACAF Nations League final third-place game against the U.S. back in March. He was serving the first of his 2-game ban against Honduras. And multiple sources are telling me the basis of that investigation really is, apparently, where Marsch was sitting inside BC Place, who took him there, why he was sitting there. Then he was removed, became frustrated. If you're new to the tensions between Jesse Marsch and CONCACAF, buckle up, because the next couple of days could be very interesting. Marsch speaks on Friday, so we'll see what he says, but the link to the story is below.
Matthew Scianitti, pleasure as always.
Appreciate you, brother.
You can watch Canada and Curacao tomorrow on TSN. Coverage begins at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. What a magical night it was in Indy last night, as the Pacers have forced an improbable Game 7 with the Thunder. And it was an absolute beatdown last night. So let's bring in our guy, Javon Shepard, who's still in Indy. Great to see you.
Good seeing you too, Luca.
The Pacers shocked the basketball world yet again. But did they do enough to make you a believer for Game 7 on Sunday?
Luca, we're going into Game 7 in the NBA Finals, and Indiana's there. If they haven't done enough for you to believe, I don't know what to tell you. But yes, they've found a number of ways to win games. We've seen Tyrese Halliburton hit clutch shots. We're talking about a team that didn't really get much credit coming into the NBA playoffs, coming into the finals itself. But you're also seeing a team that won Game 6 with a hurt leader, right, in Tyrese Halliburton. It wasn't really himself, wasn't 100%, and they found a way to pull out a big victory. So yes, I have to believe in them. I have to believe in the team. This is a team of destiny. They fight, they're gritty, and they believe in themselves, and that's what's most important.
All right, real quick. Who's winning the series, and who's your MVP?
Now you're really doing it. Now you are really doing it, Luca. I'll say this. I'm going to go with the home team. I think Paycom Arena, they're going to have a lot more energy. And right now, if you're OKC, if you're Shea, after coming off a tough game where you have 8 turnovers, everybody's going to be better, right? And this is an opportunity where you have one shot, one game for all the marbles. They've been a great team all season. They've been a great bounce-back team. So I got to go with OKC and MVP. I guess that's going to be a toss-up. Game 7, we got to see who plays better, Jalen Williams or SGA.
Javon Shepard, a pleasure as always.
Luca, thank you.
That guy is on auto bucket. Like, someone sign him to something. I don't know what. I don't know where, but someone sign him. It's Friday, so you know what that means. It's promo time. I don't know what to do. Mercy usually does this. Did I do it right? Promo time. Another episode of Road to Glory just dropped. With the boys and me sitting at a cool 5-0-1, we just got moved up to the top division. And let me tell you, it's not as easy as the lower division.
Well, it finally happened. We've officially been moved up.
Yeah, these guys are good, man. Oh, that hit Jesse.
Uh-oh.
Yo, their guy with the Navy helmet is pretty good, eh? Top team in Div 1? Yeah. Putting up a fight here. Quick pace, boys.
Those guys are skating.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, boys.
The good news is, I wasn't there for this one, so I don't get to watch myself be embarrassed, and you guys don't either. But you can watch the rest of the team get walked and dangled, and it was a heartbreaker. I'll just say that. That's all for today. I'll be back Monday. Have a great weekend.